Everyone tells you to mulch. Garden centers, online gurus, even most organic farming guides. They all say the same thing. Mulch your beds, and your soil will come alive. But here's the truth they don't mention. Most mulch actually suffocates your soil before it ever feeds it. If you've ever spread a thick layer of bark, wood chips or straw, only to find the ground beneath still dry, compacted or lifeless months later, it's not your soil's fault. It's the wrong kind of layer. Because mulch alone doesn't feed microbes fast enough. What does? A forgotten soil layer called the fermentation mat. This one step, often overlooked even by experienced gardeners, can transform how your soil processes organic matter. It's faster than compost, simpler than bokashi, and it turns any mulch into living food for your soil in a fraction of the time. So, mulch is important. It regulates moisture, buffers temperature, and protects topsoil from erosion. But honestly, traditional mulch, especially those wood-heavy types, is high in carbon and low in nitrogen. That means, well, microbes struggle to digest it. So while you're waiting for mulch to break down, your soil life is actually starving. Worms and bacteria go dormant because, there's just not enough available nutrition. When decomposition takes too long, your garden stalls. Nutrients get locked up instead of released, and plants start showing signs of deficiency even though you've mulched heavily. That's why so many gardeners complain that mulch just sits there. It's because mulch isn't designed to feed life. It's designed to protect it. Here's where the fermentation mat comes in. Think of it as the bridge between mulch and compost, a thin, biologically active layer that accelerates the decomposition of everything above it. It's made by mixing equal parts: green materials, like grass clippings, vegetable scraps, or spent weeds, which provide nitrogen. Brown materials, such as shredded leaves, cardboard, or dried straw, which offer carbon. And finally, a microbial starter to kickstart fermentation, like lactic acid bacteria, diluted rice wash, or even compost tea. When you lay this thin mat down under your mulch, not on top, it becomes a living fermentation zone. Moisture, oxygen, and microbes interact in balance, breaking down the mulch above into plant-available nutrients up to 3 times faster than if the mulch sat alone. It's the same process that happens on the forest floor after rain, a shallow, warm, oxygen-rich fermentation layer that feeds fungi and earthworms year-round. Rake back your existing mulch layer, just enough to expose the soil surface. You want a clean base where microbes can breathe. Now, spread your active layer, about 1 to 2 inches thick. This is your fermentation mix made up of greens, browns, and a microbial starter. It should feel damp to the touch, but not soggy. Next, reapply your mulch on top. This is important because it protects the fermentation mat from sunlight and helps to retain moisture so those microbes can really thrive. And finally, keep it moist for the next 7 to 10 days. Just a light watering every few days is all it takes to activate microbial activity. Within about 2 weeks, you'll start noticing your mulch softening, darkening, and shrinking into the soil. A clear sign that decomposition is really accelerating. Rebuild the mat every 6 to 8 weeks throughout the growing season. Each layer compounds the microbial richness, creating soil structure way faster than traditional compost ever could. The secret here is the fermentation process. Unlike composting, which relies on heat and time, Fermentation relies on microbial acids and enzymes. These break organic bonds faster and release nutrients that plants can use immediately. You're essentially pre-digesting your mulch before it composts. That's why even tough materials like wood chips or corn stalks start breaking down in weeks instead of months. And because it's happening in place, you're not losing any nutrients to the air. No nitrogen burn, no ammonia loss, no smell. Just rich, dark soil teeming with worms and fungal threads. After 2 or 3 cycles, you'll notice your soil transforming. It becomes darker, softer, and has that sweet forest floor smell. When you dig into it, you'll find worm tunnels and fine white fungal networks, the living infrastructure of fertile soil. Your mulch is no longer just a blanket. It's now part of a living system. You've created a continuous nutrient engine that never stops running, even when you're not composting actively. So yes, mulch matters, but mulch alone isn't enough. The real secret to rapid soil health lies in activating it with biology. Add the fermentation mat, and you'll stop waiting months for mulch to break down. You'll start feeding your soil today. If this helped you rethink your mulch strategy, make sure to subscribe to Gentle Herb Living for more soil-first, nature-proven gardening methods. And share this video. Someone out there is still waiting on a compost pile that could have been soil gold by now.